Hi, I'm Colleen Nelson, licensed therapist, trauma expert, and fellow badass woman ready to rise up right alongside you. This podcast, Let the Rest Burn, is for the woman who has ignored, attacked, or even silenced her inner voice because she thought it was broken and needed to be fixed. It's for the woman who is ready to rise up and fully step into her desire, her joy, her full power, and make the impact she was destined to make. For the woman who cannot stand one more second waiting, watching, and witnessing the world crumble, and is ready to rebuild and expand into a better future. For a woman who is so done trying to fix the world, she decided to start with healing herself, and she let the rest burn. Welcome back to the show. My name's Colleen Nelson, and tonight I'm coming at you on a Sunday. As per usual, I record my podcasts often in the moment or when I'm experiencing or working through something and I want to share it with you all. And Sunday scaries are the real deal, hence the podcast episode I did of the Sunday scaries a few months back. But today is a very different emotion that has emerged during the Sunday scaries. So Sundays are always a day of reflection. For most of us, it's a moment of transition. It's when we shift into another, time cycle, if you will. We measure our time by the day, as well as by the week and by the month and by the year. And so when the week shifts, we all have that renewed sense of freshness that happens at the beginning of the week. But we also have this reflection that happens on Sundays. So I am currently in what you would call the in-between. And I want to speak to this today because I think often this is actually where we abandon ourselves the most. This is the place that is the most difficult to hold your ground. And I know this, and I still struggle with it. It is in the in-between. And what I mean by that is between the ending of your relationship, situationship, interest, conversation, and the beginning of the next one. Especially in dating, this is when you don't have any prospects, when you're sitting in the space in between. I've had a series of dates or conversations or connections with some incredible men in the last couple of months, but none of them have been in the right timing or availability to make any of this happen. So I've had to navigate some pretty incredible conversations and good connections, but with no actual follow through. So no ability to make it into any sort of relationship whatsoever. And these are the moments where I think we get anxious. We actually start to date people that we wouldn't normally be interested in. Everybody has a different flavor, a different style, and no one person is unlovable. I will say that right now. Everyone is deserving of love. But that doesn't mean that everybody's the right person for you. What that does mean is that you have to hold your standards and expectations even when there is nobody who is showing up or rising to meet those standards. This is a moment in the past that I would typically date somebody easy who maybe was feeling more feelings for me than I was for them, or someone that obviously was unavailable. I was a big fan of getting into situationships where I would get scraps of them, but it would be better than none of them. And it was always painful. It was always painful no matter what way I got into the relationship during this time. Because it wasn't what I actually wanted. It was what I was pretending I wanted. I'm so used to settling, or I have been used to settling, for what somebody else tells me they need. not what I actually need. So I'm going to declare it here as we head into the new moon. I'm going to declare what it is I actually want. And I want you all to think about this because I'm going to declare it here, but I want you to declare it there. Yes, I am referring to a relationship, but this can be a job, a friendship, a shift in your life, your own relationship you have now. You can declare this at any time. But it's important sometimes for us to actually own it, to actually sit in the in-between and own what you truly want, even if it's scary, even if you think that you potentially may not actually get it. What you want and what you need can be the same thing, but you have to listen to yourself. What I think I want is someone to fill the space with me. What I think I want is someone to give me pleasure and fun and play and be stable and create a sense of safety and protection. But what I really, really want is someone who sees me, all of me, who can match my power mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and who is here for it all, who looks me in the eye and wants me, chooses me. And they can only choose me because they have already chosen themselves. They've already done the work. And not only are they available, but they are available for me because they want me. And not just pieces of me, not just a listening ear who can give them some therapeutic advice or crack them open in a way most cannot. Not just a beautiful woman there to share in the pleasures of life. And not just a friend or a business colleague or a partner, but all of me. I want someone who wants every piece of what I have to offer and cannot wait to discover more. I want someone who can challenge me to be a better person, to expand myself, my consciousness, and who does the same for themselves. I want someone who loves to love, who enjoys affection, who loves to be playful, who wants to be spontaneous, but can hold me down in ways that I can't hold myself down. Not to fill the void, but just to contrast my vibrant personality with their own. I want someone who is ready for a deep love. And I don't want someone who continues to be unavailable, even if they're fantastic. I want someone who is here for it and here for me and here for it now. I have found some incredible men. I'll tell you that right now. I've found some incredible men. And yet, there just always seems to be something in the way of us becoming more than what we are. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the lessons as they come in. But this in-between brings it up. I'm sitting on the patio watching this beautiful sunset, watching my children play, and it is nothing but joy and peace. And more than anything in the world, I just want someone to sit next to me and witness it alongside me, to store these memories in their brain just like I'm storing mine. So in 25, 30, 40 years, we can look back and say, do you remember those Sunday nights where we sat and watched the children play and how beautiful and wonderful and magical that was? I don't want to be my only memory holder. I don't want to keep the memories only for myself. I want to share them. I want to reflect back on life with people that I love and talk about how beautiful that time was. And on Sunday, the edginess of time creeps up on me, and I get very afraid that I will have years and years and years of storing these memories alone. And that I won't have somebody who gets to come in and share this time in my children's life with me. Yes, their father is there, and yes, he and I will have a memory to share over and over again with one another. But it's something very different now. And that's a really painful piece of divorce, is this person who you imagined creating a life with and witnessing your life with is now witnessing a very different kind of life. And you are now witnessing it alone. That kind of loneliness, that achy loneliness of what it's going to be like in the future, to think about this time, it can run away with you. And this is where there's always that balance for me, where I feel it, I acknowledge it, I witness it, and I redirect it. I redirect it from pain to appreciation and gratitude. I allow myself to be moved by the pain, but I also remember that life is never, ever guaranteed, and that these memories will be beautiful regardless. I am still able to feel the desire and the want to have a partner to sit with me in this space. But I can also really truly love myself in these moments and be a whole person witnessing these moments with myself. I have lots of conversations with my friends about this, and this is, I think, one of the most painful pieces, is just knowing that the person that you love, whether it be someone you are interested in now or this person, this future person, they're missing out on your incredible life right now. They're missing out on your children's growing up. They're missing out on these incredible memories. And yes, there will be more, but there's something really magical about having the years together. And this is the piece that I think we all have to sit with. It's the pain, it's the grief. This is coming off of a weekend with my wonderful friends. We went to a concert last night. We all went down in a party bus and saw Dierks Bentley. And it was wonderful. It was a lot of fun. But I was one of the only single women there. And there were lots of couples, new and long-term marriages. And it was beautiful to watch and observe. But oof, does it hurt? It hurts. When I want somebody to stand beside me at the concert, or to lean into when I'm getting tired, or to give me a sweet kiss on the cheek, or to dance with in the rain. It's just more moments, right? And I think this is the piece that has always been hard about being alone for me. I am not a stranger to being alone. I spent most of my 20s alone. I had relationships here and there, but I did not meet my ex-husband in my early 20s. I met him when I was 28. And it was a lot of memories alone again. And I would look at these couples creating memories in their 20s together and feel that same pain of jealousy, of envy, of wanting to be them. It is definitely an interesting story and journey in relationship my life has been on. I think it is probably my greatest learning and growing. And I think it's because I'm meant to lead others through it. But it's hard. And so I'm coming on here to talk to you about this, because in these moments when we are in the in-between, when we feel the ache, when all of what I just described to you comes up, this is when we usually pull up our apps, we start swiping, we text the ex, we numb out with TV, We eat the food we shouldn't. We turn towards distraction. And we self-abandon. Instead of turning inward and letting yourself be in pain and then showing up for yourself the way you want a partner to show up. I witnessed myself tonight. Yes, I wanted someone there to share it with, but I didn't leave myself. I stayed there. And I witnessed every single emotion that needed to come up. The good, bad, the ugly, the glorious. And I'm still witnessing. I'm here talking about it to honor that part of myself rather than turn away from it or try and fill it with something that doesn't actually feel right, but at least distracts me. So this is my call to you today. When you get in that in-between moment, whether it's in between a job or in between a relationship or in between any sort of ending and new beginning in your life, don't self-abandon. Don't turn away from the lesson. Allow yourself to be moved by this moment. Allow yourself to be provoked into action. Let yourself be in this space fully, completely, and honestly. Because the ahas that come out of this, the shifts that come out of this moment, those are the ones that set you on a trajectory to get your deepest desires. I know he's out there. I know that he is in the same place I am in some way, shape, or form, doing his work, asking the universe, the moon, for me. Maybe he's not declaring it on a podcast, but who knows, maybe he is. And I know speaking this out into the world makes it more likely that he will find his way to me, because I'm done chasing. I'm here to attract, and I know what is meant for me will find me. And I release everything else. So, my dears, let's all take a deep breath. Let's sit with the feels. And let's ask for what we really want. Until next time. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate every single second that you chose to set aside for you and the impact that you're going to have on the world today. To be inspired, to be seen, and to hold space starts with the very actions we take with ourselves. Look at the show notes for more information. Like and subscribe, and share with friends if you feel inspired to. And as always, let the rest burn.